Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more Universe Mode on the JPG channel. And man, we having a very exciting night planned for you tonight, folks. It is the Monday Night Raw before Survivor Series. Battle lines have been drawn, and it is indeed official. The Bloodline are going to be taking on the unlikely pairing of the Blackpool Combat Club, Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson, and DIY Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano in a War Games match. That is right, folks. One of the most devastating matches that really WWE produces out here right now. Two complete rings surrounded by steel cage in each one of them. Only way to win is pinfall, submission, or surrender. There is no escape when it comes to War Games, and ladies and gentlemen, this is why Survivor Series is one of the most exciting times of the year. War Games loves to peek its ugly little head out right around this time of the year, and the challenge has been thrown out once and for all to clear this whole rivalry up with DIY and the USOs. Moxley, Danielson just recently got involved with the Bloodline's business. Moxley's no stranger to the leader of the Bloodline, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, one of Reigns' former stablemates and the greatest trio in wrestling history, aka the Shield, along with Seth freaking Rollins. And you have to date all the way back to 2012 for when their reign of terror began. But it all comes basically full circle come Survivor Series when Moxley stands side by side with one of his best friends in the business, Bryan Danielson, and two men that he really doesn't even know whether he can trust or not. But that's how bad he wants to get himself in a cage with the Bloodline members. He is willing to kind of throw caution to the wind and basically just have to accept the fact that him and Danielson are going in there with two men they're not very familiar with, but I'm sure they're familiar with Gargano and Ciampa's work. I'm sure they've seen Gargano and Ciampa run roughshod through the Raw Tag Team division this past year in Universe Mode, holding those Raw Tag Team Championships for quite some time as well, after defeating the Usos on two separate occasions before the Usos finally got the one-up on them. But anyway, speaking of the Usos, tonight they kind of have the advantage. Moxley gets a little bit of an opportunity to know one of his tag team partners come Sunday, and Tommaso Ciampa. So an odd pairing between Ciampa and Moxley against the Usos here tonight as a little preview for War Games to come. And ladies and gentlemen, our main event is to decide who is going to get the advantage come War Games. We have a huge main event planned, folks. Two men that are no strangers to one another. They've had great battles before. They've had championships battles. They've had historic rivalries, and I am indeed talking about the leader of the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, against the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. As look at Ciampa spiking Jimmy Uso, I got on the back of his neck. You'll have to excuse me. The excitement is just too much right now with everything that's going on between now and Survivor Series. It truly is the best time to be a subscriber to the JPG channel because it's such an exciting time of the year, folks. I mean, we got Bryan Danielson against Roman Reigns in our main event here tonight. That alone is enough to stick around for the foreseeable future. And, I mean, you cast your minds back to the first time Danielson left WWE. Roman Reigns actually had his last match. Remember, they had that incredible championship match where Danielson was not able to get the victory, and after that we never saw him again in WWE. Who could forget their triple threat match with another man that has a big night come Survivor Series and the Rated R Superstar Edge at a few WrestleManias ago. But like I said, the historic rivalry between Danielson and Roman Reigns in a way kind of gets renewed here tonight, and it will definitely get renewed when they are locked inside a steel cage together. But who is going to be the team with the numbers advantage coming into the match? Only one team can gain the advantage, and that's the winner of tonight's match between Danielson and Reigns. As look at Ciampa lighting Jey Uso up with strikes. You know, whether Moxley and Ciampa can get along or not, or know each other very well or not, there is one common goal here, and there's one common denominator, and that's they all equally despise the bloodline. Now look at this, Moxley throwing some knees right into the temple of Jey Uso. Nothing pretty about it, folks. And Moxley's fired up. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not all we have planned here tonight. Also coming up in the very next match, ahead of her championship defense against Asuka, Rhea Ripley looks to take out the woman that Asuka took out last week in Iyo Sky. The Master of the Sky is going to be looking to play a little bit of a spoiler towards the Eradicator, Ripley. Imagine if Iyo Sky were to be able to pin her shoulders to the mat here tonight. I mean, you're not going to immediately get added to the match come Survivor Series, but you got to believe, as we said time and time again, you pin that champion, in my book, you have earned yourself a future championship opportunity. It's what they call a championship eliminator match, and basically that's what we're going to see coming up next. Iyo Sky has a tremendous opportunity ahead of her directly after this match, folks. Now look at this, Jey Uso dropping Moxley on the back of his neck with a back suplex. Look at this, nice takeover DDT. And Moxley's a little bit out of it tonight. Like I said, he's not used to Ciampa being in his corner. He's used to having Danielson in his corner or just nobody in his corner at all. Moxley came back to the WWE alone. A few weeks ago, he brought Danielson back to WWE to even the odds with the bloodline. And that is how we got to where we are going come War Games, ladies and gentlemen. If there's one single person that you do not want to be locked inside a steel cage with, if it's not Tommaso Ciampa, a.k.a. the Sicilian Psychopath, it is the Lunatic Fringe, Jon Moxley. You got a guy with a nickname, the Psychopath, and a guy with the nickname of a Lunatic in the same match, on the same team. The Bloodline better be, I don't know, they better be counting their lucky stars before heading into that match, because they are going into that match with some very dangerous individuals. And that's not to knock Gargano and Danielson. We've seen in the past both of those men very alike in certain ways, but also very different in other ways. But they can also get downright extreme whenever they want to as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if I would pick a better four pairing of a group to take out the Bloodline than these four men. And like I said, they have a common goal, but the goal right now for Jey Uso was to get some space and kick Tommaso Ciampa right into the temple. And now here comes Jimmy Uso back in the match, going for a float over DDT. And now wait a minute, Ciampa's rocked here. Jimmy Uso, oh, he's got him up for a huge move there. Got him for a pin cover, but Ciampa gets out at one. And now Ciampa's going to be looking to tag the fresher man in Jon Moxley, but the Usos doing what they do best, showing why they are the current Raw Tag Team Champions, why they do this to the top level that they do this. As look at this, a huge body slam, and now Jey Uso looking a little Uso crazy. Feeling a little Uso tonight. As one Sami Zayn might have said during a time in the Bloodline's career. And now look at this, Jey Uso stomping out Ciampa's chest, and Moxley looked to get involved, but he ate his words that time as well. And wait a minute, pops him in the air, but Ciampa getting out of it. And now look at this, the smacks to the face, the knee to the face. Ciampa being unrelentless here tonight. And believe me, he is going to be unrelentless come War Games as well. This is a match. This is a moment that Ciampa and Gargano have been chopping at the bit for all year round, ever since starting their historic rivalry with the USOs back at Money in the Bank. And remember, this all started almost in the spirit of friendly competition. It was just two teams that bested everybody else in that tournament to become Raw Tag Team Champions. And it was just down to the matter of fact of who was the better team. And that night and on SummerSlam, it indeed was DIY. But as we saw, Extreme Rules, the Usos finally got their one back. Finally got their lick back against DIY in that TLC match. And all four men put each other through absolute hell during that match. And we thought that was the end. We really thought that was the end of this whole thing between DIY and the Usos. But no, there is one final grueling, gruesome step. And that is the unforgiving steel cage of a War Games. And look at that, flush knee to the jaw. Flush knee to the jaw. Jey Uso might be out cold here as Ciampa lining him up for Project Ciampa. Knees to the back. Jey Uso could be out here. 1, 2. No, Jey Uso gets the shoulder up. Shoulder up at the last second. And look at this. Look at this. Ciampa and Moxley proven to be one hell of a unit here tonight. And Moxley getting stopped dead in his tracks. It looks like Ciampa got in the way of his plans. But no, Jey Uso. That gives him the opportunity that he needed. And now Jey Uso back in the fray here. What's he got? Oh my goodness, a kick to the midsection. Stomping out Moxley. A kick to the chest now. Jey Uso's fired up here. Look at this. Oh my goodness. A hip attack into the corner. Moxley could be out here. Could this be it? Count of 1, 2. No, Moxley getting the shoulder up. And I noticed Ciampa not get involved in breaking up that count. Either he has a lot of faith for Moxley or they're not exactly on the same page like we thought as another Uso splash lands. But wait a minute, Ciampa's back in the ring now. Just when we thought they weren't on the same page, Ciampa almost makes me eat my words now as he lights Jey Uso up with some chops and throwing some knees into the rib cage of Jey Uso. And now what the hell has Ciampa got planned here? Looking to spike Jimmy Uso with the, oh my goodness, a Widow's Bell on the outside. Widow's Bell on the outside. That might be the last thing we see from Jimmy Uso. And now look at this. Jey Uso trying to show off, but Moxley's going to have none of it. And look at this. A nice roll through neck breaker from Jon Moxley. Moxley's feeling himself. Moxley's feeling himself ahead of War Games. And believe me, you couldn't put Moxley in a better situation, in a match he'd more want to be in than War Games. And look at this. A beautiful suicide dive from the Lunatic Fringe. The modern day innovator of violence, Jon Moxley. Hell, he clears the innovator of violence. I'm pretty sure he's the reconstructor of violence. This man has put violence back on the map, whether it be in GCW, whether it be on AEW, and oh my goodness, talk about violent. An extremely violent and strong uppercut there. And now Moxley looking at, oh wait, no, Jey Uso slips out. I think he was going for Death Rider, but Jey Uso slipped out of it and now tagging arguably the fresher man in with Jimmy Uso. And look at this, a nice drop kick from Jimmy Uso down to the, bringing Jon Moxley down to the mat. Now stomp to the back. Stomp to the back, and what's Jey Uso got planned here? No, Moxley takes him over with a fireman's carry. Fireman's carry reversal from Jon. And now look at this, a rolling elbow from Moxley. Moxley scaling the ropes. Got something big planned. Jimmy Uso was trying to get out of harm's way, but Moxley has other plans. Look at this. Oh my goodness. The strength of Jimmy Uso catching Moxley. Catching all of Moxley's dead weight coming flying in from at least 15 feet in the air. Oh no. Oh no, Jey Uso accidentally punched his own brother. Oh, I thought that was going to be it. I was going to say perhaps not on the same page like we thought, but Moxley taking out both men. Taking out both men, and now Moxley lining Jimmy Uso, I should say, up for Death Rider. Yes, he hits it. He hits the Death Rider. Could this be it to gain some momentum heading into War Games? Yes, indeed. Moxley and Ciampa pick up a huge victory here tonight. And with that, you got to believe that Bryan Danielson's smiling ear to ear, and Roman Reigns has got to be livid, as now, so far, Ciampa and Moxley's team have the momentum heading into the match. But remember, all that matters is who wins the main event here tonight, folks. If Roman Reigns wins, his team gets the advantage. If Bryan Danielson wins, his team gets the advantage. It all depends on who wins tonight's main event. The American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. What a main event that is going to be. But as promised, folks, Iyo Sky gets a huge opportunity coming up next to take on Rhea Ripley, the current women's champion here on Raw, as she has a huge night ahead of her at Survivor Series as well when she takes on the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, a woman that actually defeated Iyo Sky in singles competition last week. And look at this, we're getting straight into the match. No fun and games about it. Look at this, Ripley. Psyched, oh my goodness, psyched Sky out, but a huge smack to the face. Sky is not going to take any of that. Sky is not going to take any of that. She's a respected veteran in this business, revered by as many. Sasha Banks credits her for a lot of inspiration and helping her reach her true potential in that wrestling ring. And Iyo Sky coming in full throttle against the champ. Like I said, imagine if Iyo Sky were to do the pretty much unthinkable at this point. Ripley has looked as close to dominant as a women's champion as we've had in a long, long time, folks. I mean, you can't really say that much for Saraya. Saraya resorts to her team to help her out too much. Can never get the job done on her own, but Ripley goes in there, puts that work in, and comes out with her hands raised in victory like the Eradicator that she is. But Iyo Sky perhaps has Ripley's number here tonight. Not the start that Ripley was hoping for. Look at this, a nice moonsault from Iyo Sky now. Count of one, only gets a one count. Only gets a one count, but all she needs is 2 more seconds with Rhea Ripley's shoulders on the mat, and there you have it. She has defeated the women's champion, Rhea Ripley, but Ripley showing exactly why she reigns dominant in the women's division. A nice ripcord drop kick to the face. Iyo Sky doesn't even know where she's at, but she might want to figure it out as Ripley is scaling the ropes. Wait a minute, thinks twice, gets a drop kick for her troubles. And now Iyo Sky right back into the fray. This is exactly what you like to see. This is the type of fight you're going to have to bring against the women's champion, as Sky's lighting Rhea Ripley up with everything she's got. I mean, I did not expect Iyo Sky to come in with such ferocity and such viciousness against a woman that's always had a vicious style in the ring. And Rhea Ripley, look at Iyo Sky, one-upping the women's champion. A kick to the face now, and now another drop kick. Ripley has no idea where she's at. And Iyo Sky knows exactly where she's at. She is in the ring with the women's champion. The light is shining the brightest that it's probably ever has in her career so far. And she is not going to waste this opportunity, as she is making Rhea Ripley think about who she's in the ring with. She will remember the time that she faced against Iyo Sky. I'll let you know that right now. But look at this, a double arm choke slam from Rhea Ripley, completely turning the match on its head just when you thought that everything was going on. But wait a minute, Iyo Sky reverses whatever Ripley was going for. She hits her with a huge poison Rana. Huge poison Rana lands. Ripley's out of it. But she catches a wild... No, I was going to say she catches a wild lariat, but no. Sends Ripley to the outside. Now look at Iyo Sky. Iyo Sky lining Ripley up. Full head of steam with a suicide tie from the Master of the Sky. And man, like I said, nothing that Rhea Ripley expected, but apparently she did not watch the Asuka match last week. She took Asuka to her limits, did Iyo Sky as well, and really starting to prove herself in the women's singles division here on Monday Night Raw. And damn sure impressing the hell out of me and all the fans in attendance as well, as Iyo Sky taking it to Ripley. And now look at this. Sky wasting literally no time. She has to call Ripley to her feet. Ripley can't even get to her feet on her own. And look at this. Oh my goodness. She psyched Sky out. Psyched Sky out. And now look at the laugh. Look at the laugh. But wait a minute. Iyo Sky is going to make her eat her words. And now another moonsault from Iyo Sky. Combination offense. Off the ropes. Roll through. Double foot stomp to Ripley. Going for an somewhat early cover. But I mean, I'd say a lot of the damage has been done. Oh my god. I thought that was it. I really thought that was it. I thought Sky had her. And now wait a minute. What does Sky have planned here? Fairy tale ending. Fairy tale ending to Rhea Ripley. Could that be a count of 2? No, Ripley gets the shoulder up. I do not believe that Rhea Ripley thought that this was going to be as great of a challenge as it is. Heading into a big championship match with another Japanese phenomenal women's wrestler and Asuka. Imagine having to face Iyo Sky and Asuka in the same week. And oh my goodness, a roundhouse kick to the temple. Roundhouse kick to the temple. But wait a minute, Ripley. Oh my goodness, nice enziguri from Ripley. Getting right back into the equation. And Iyo Sky apparently did not know where she was after that kick to the temple, and now another one. And now Ripley stomping out the arm. Stomping out the arm of Iyo Sky. And oh my goodness, here comes the vicious tendencies of Rhea Ripley that we've come to know. But look at this, Ripley, oh my goodness, taking her completely out of her comfort zone. Looking to show the master of the Sky that she's got at least a bachelor's degree in high flying as well. We don't see Rhea Ripley take to the sky too much. What the hell? She just got dumped on her head, and Iyo Sky's right back on her feet. And wait a minute. Oh my goodness, a huge bulldog lands. Huge bulldog lands, and now Ripley's in trouble. Look at this. Iyo Sky gets the drop kick she was going for earlier. Ripley could be in trouble here. No championship on the line, but the pride of the women's champion is. And that is something that she holds near and dear to her heart. If it's not the championship, then definitely her pride. And she hates swallowing it. Let's look at this. Iyo Sky lining Ripley up for something big here. And instead she thinks twice. Oh no, Ripley with a huge kick to the midsection. Now a drop kick. Now a drop kick lands. Look at this. Count of 1. No, only a 1 count. Only a 1 count off of Ripley's attempt. And now Ripley looking to put the final nail in the coffin here as Iyo Sky looks down and out. Huge elbow drop coming in, but no water in the pool. Oh no, and a huge drop kick misses. I just say, wait a minute, Iyo Sky, small package on the Eradicator. 1, 2. No, man, I thought that was it. Iyo Sky bringing everything to the fight here tonight. Look at this, huge Hurricane Rana to Ripley. And now look at this. Into the corner goes Ripley. Iyo Sky's got her right where she wants her. What the hell is this? Oh my god, what a kick to the temple. Ripley might be out cold. And look at this. Oh, I think Iyo Sky was going for that moonsault. But Ripley, ever the savvy ring veteran that she's becoming herself, able to step out the way. But Iyo Sky, this has all been Iyo Sky. But wait a minute, Ripley gets the opportunity she needs. She hits the riptide. And Iyo Sky recognizes that she's too close to the ropes. Decides to reposition her. Count of 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, Ripley, just like that, able to turn the match around. But what a performance from Iyo Sky here tonight, folks. I would say whether she lost against the champion or won this match, she has definitely turned some heads. And hell, I would even go a little bit further than that and say Ripley might want to put her money where her mouth is next time and put that championship on the line against Iyo Sky. But ladies and gentlemen, Iyo Sky lives, or I should say Rhea Ripley lives to fight another day as women's champion. And will she do the exact same when she faces the Empress of Tomorrow at Survivor Series? That is a match between two of the greatest women to ever step foot in WWE ring. That is going to be one hell of a match, folks. But one hell of a match is what we've been building to all night. Roman Reigns, Bryan Danielson, the chance for an advantage at Wargames at stake. You notice the odd pairing, as we said, Ciampa and Moxley earlier tonight. Now, freaking Johnny Gargano's in Bryan Danielson's corner for this match against Roman Reigns, where Solo Sikoa will be in his corner. And we don't see Roman Reigns every week, but believe me, if it's to put the odds in the Bloodline's favor, he's going to be a part of that. That's for sure. But he is facing one of the greatest professional wrestlers to ever do this on the highest level that he does it, in Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon. What a fight this is about to be, folks. The last time we seen Roman Reigns in action, he was winning those championships back for the Usos, back at Clash at the Castle. Funny enough, against Gargano and Ciampa. Like I said, this has been a historic rivalry between DIY and the Bloodline, and now DIY have found themselves some companions in the Blackpool Combat Club, and now this is all culminating inside the brutal double-sided steel cage match known as War Games. And you take one good look at the name of this match, and that's exactly what you should expect it to be. An absolute all-out anarchy rules type of war between 8 men that just completely despise one another, folks. And really, for Roman Reigns, you know he's had success in War Games in the past, so I'm sure he's not sweating it too much. I mean, he probably laughs at the thought of the challenge that was thrown out by the Blackpool Combat Club and DIY. But hey, you do not want to take those 4 men for granted. You are going to rule the day if you do so. Another man he's not going to want to take for granted is this man right here, Bryan Danielson. And Danielson looks ready for battle here tonight, folks. For Danielson, it's not only an opportunity to gain the advantage heading into War Games, but it's also an opportunity to kind of rectify the last loss that he ever took here in WWE, which was at the hands of Roman Reigns. So really, there's a lot at stake for Bryan Danielson alone here tonight. Personally, you know, strategically heading into War Games. I mean, this is a huge match for Danielson. This is his biggest match since coming back. As look at this, Roman Reigns looked to end this match pretty early by jumping at Danielson, but Danielson has scouted. You know, Danielson has done his tapes. He's had a few years to think about how that match ended, and he had a few years to think about what he could have done differently. And believe me, he's thought about everything. As look at this, goes for a dropkick in the corner, but Reigns ducks it. And now look at this, driving some knees into the midsection of the American Dragon. Man, what a huge match this is. Oh no, look at this. A little bit of Corvette locked in from Roman Reigns. Danielson's going to want to find his way out of this. The power in Reigns' arms is enough to choke any man out. He used that guillotine for quite some time before he went back to his spear, and he would have had a lot of success with that very move, as he's choked out monsters. He's choked out Swiss superheroes with that very guillotine. And Danielson has been a part of that list as well. As look at this, a nice chop lands. On Roman Reigns, and now Danielson making him think about it. Oh my goodness, another chop to Reigns. Like I said, this is a moment that Danielson's been thinking about ever since leaving WWE, as he comes flying in with a drop kick to the face. And now wait a minute, here comes the second one. Danielson in full throttle right now, folks. Doesn't even care about winning the match. He cares about entertaining the crowd. and beating up Roman Reigns. Now Danielson lighting Reigns up. Look at this nice Japanese arm drag from the Dragon. But wait a minute, Reigns has Danielson on his shoulders now. What's he going for? Oh my goodness, he smashed his face right into the corner. Right into the corner of that ring post. And now Reigns, you know, this guy doesn't get paid by the hour. He's definitely looking to put this match away as quick as possible, especially when you're in the match with Bryan Danielson. And look at this, hanging Danielson out to dry with a stun gun. I think Reigns was going for that guillotine we talked about earlier, but Danielson had it scouted, and oh my goodness, a kick right to the temple. Kick right to the temple. Reigns might be out here. Count of one. Oh my goodness, only a one count. Only a one count on the Tribal Chief. A man that has ruled with an iron fist over WWE for the better part of almost 4 years. And nowadays, that's Gunther we're talking about in that category. But Roman Reigns had his day in the sun, and believe me, he stayed far too long. As look at this, oh my goodness, Solo Sikoa for finding the distraction. I was gonna say Danielson had this match right where he wants him, right where he wants it, but Solo Sikoa fulfilling his duties as the Bloodline's enforcer as it gets Roman Reigns back in the match with a huge lariat. And now the onslaught can continue on Bryan Danielson. This is exactly where Roman Reigns thrives the best. As look at this, comes flying in. I think he was going for some kind of Superman punch, but he gets a clothesline for his troubles. And now Danielson into the corner with a John Woo kick. John Woo kick. Could that be enough? A count of one. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot wait for Survivor Series when these two men, along with 6 other men, lock up. As look at this, I've never seen that before. A little tornado DDT from Roman Reigns, kind of pulling out the mixed bag of tricks here tonight against Bryan Danielson. But we talk about the War Games match. Hell, we have an incredible show lined up in general. I'm just receiving news that after last week's attack from Karrion Kross to Omega and AJ Styles, that has really gotten under the skin of Kenny Omega, so much so that he has done the unthinkable, as he says that he wants a rematch with Karrion Kross, and he's even willing to put his United States Championship up on the line, and he says he will seed Kross at Survivor Series. That match is now official and adds to probably the match card of the year in Universe Mode, folks. The War Games match between DIY, BCC, and the Bloodline. We got Edge facing Gunther on the SmackDown side. AJ Styles taking on Randy Orton for the WWE Championship here on Monday Night Raw. Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. And still more to come. Matches can be announced anywhere from now between Friday Night SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. As look at Danielson looking to take to the skies. Oh my goodness, a flying goat we just saw. A flying goat we just saw from Bryan Danielson. And now look at this, a Dragon Sleeper on Reigns. Dragon Sleeper on Reigns. Could this be enough? And Reigns driving that knee right into the forehead of Danielson. And oh no. Again, providing the distraction to Sikoa, but Danielson staying one step above both men. And now an STO, reverse STO at that. Look at this. Solo Sikoa threw a chair in the ring, and Danielson caught it. He's going to throw it right back out. Won't be none of that from Danielson. Danielson wants a clean fight, even though I'm sure he'd love to take Roman Reigns' head off with a steel chair right about now. And Danielson just begging Roman Reigns to get to his feet here. As look at this, full head of steam as the American Dragon with a suicide dive. Suicide dive lands. And now look at this. He said Danielson was going to play by the rules, but I would argue this is not the rules anymore. As Roman Reigns missed wildly with a huge jumping clothesline. Oh my goodness. Shots to the ribs, both men jockeying for position, just beating the ever-living tar out of one another. As look at this. Oh my goodness, a body slam on the outside from Reigns. Count of 6 now. Neither man is going to win the advantage for their team come War Games if they lose by a count out. Now what's Reigns got coming for him? Oh my goodness, what a forearm shot to the back of the neck. We know Bryan Danielson has a history of neck issues. He might have a back issue after that. That elbow drop from the top rope from Reigns. But somehow Danielson's back in the fight here as he kicks him down one more time. Kicks him down one more time, and now Danielson once again getting distracted by Solo Sikoa. Once again warranting the advantage to Reigns. And now some shots to the back. And working over that back for the better part of the match. And now Reigns slams him down with a huge body slam. But wait a minute, Danielson's back on his feet. Usaiku knee out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, but Reigns had the bottom rope. Reigns had the bottom rope, and Danielson can't believe it. And wait a minute, Danielson attacking Solo Sikoa now. Danielson's seen enough of Solo Sikoa interfering in this match. And what the hell does Danielson have planned? No, he crashes and burns though. And Sikoa's gonna pick him up. Easy, Sikoa. You do not want to get your tribal chief disqualified. Looks like Sikoa's gonna think better of it. But wait a minute, Danielson wants to fight. Reigns is over here throwing caution to the wind to Danielson. This match is spilling out all over the place, folks. Oh, and Danielson wants a piece of both men. We're getting a little preview of War Games here tonight as those nasty kicks land on Solo Sikoa's face. And look at this, Dragon Suplex on the outside. Dragon Suplex on the outside from the Dragon, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. And Gargano, I mean, he's just here for a front row seat to the carnage. He realizes Danielson has everything in control right now, as a matter of fact. But just when you think that, Roman Reigns proves why he ran WWE for the better part of 4 years. And oh my goodness, a nice Falcon Arrow from the tribal chief there. And Danielson's hurting, man. Believe me, Danielson is hurting. Roman Reigns could give a crap. Going for another elbow drop to the back. Another elbow drop to the back there. And Bryan Danielson's in a heap of trouble here as Roman Reigns. Oh my goodness, a huge headbutt to Danielson. And now Reigns looking to put him away. Put him away with that signature spear that has won him so many championships in the past. But no, Danielson got the knee up. Danielson got the knee up, and Roman Reigns might be rocked here. Roman Reigns might be rocked here, and he might be submitting in the just next few seconds as Danielson has the yes lock locked in. The label lock, the yes lock, whatever you want to call it. Roman Reigns able to fight out of it though. The power in the arms, like I said. Nice jumping clothesline, but once again Danielson has scouted. Oh man, both men just not giving anybody an inch, not giving each other an inch, I should say. Because once again, Danielson looks to pick a fight with the enforcer of the bloodline in Solo Sikoa. I think he's had enough of his interference for tonight, folks. Oh, he drives Solo Sikoa right into the barricade. Stomping Solo Sikoa out. Teaching him a lesson, but wait a minute. Reigns, a Samoan drop on the chair. Man, that's the problem with the bloodline, man. The numbers game, the numbers advantage. As a Samoan drop just landed flush on the chair, and now Reigns, look at this, soaking in the moment before he puts away Danielson once and for all, but Danielson's still in the fight. No, a kick to the temple of Reigns. Kick to the temple of Reigns. Now, wait a minute. Oh, no, he suckered Reigns in this time. And look at this, Bryan Danielson dragging Reigns over to the announce table. You gotta be kidding me. Like I said, we're gonna get a preview of the War Games, the Carnage. that will be War Games. Just look at this. Oh my goodness. Sort of a modified brainbuster through the announce table from Bryan Danielson. And now he has Reigns right where he wants him. Could this be it, folks? Could Reigns be seconds away from losing the advantage for his team heading into War Games? The last time the Bloodline won their match, they had the advantage. As oh my goodness. Danielson hits the Psycho knee. Could that be it? 1, 2 to gain the advantage. No, Reigns gets the shoulder out. What a match to close our show here tonight, folks. What a match to gear us up for War Games in just barely even a week's time at this point. Reigns spikes Danielson with a DDT. Spikes Danielson with a DDT now. And look at this. Lines him up one more time with that forearm to the back of the neck. And now Danielson is in a world of trouble. That is not where you want to be when Roman Reigns is running at you with a Superman punch. Goes for a layer. Reigns ducks. Huge spear connects. That's it, folks. Reigns has gained the advantage for his team heading into War Games. Yes, indeed. Danielson was not able to put the Tribal Chief away here tonight. He tried literally everything in his power to do so. But at the end of the night, Roman Reigns knew why he had to be the one to be in this match to earn his team the advantage heading into War Games. And now that there is some major storms heading the Blackpool Combat Club and DIY's way, when every single interval in that match we'll see a new member of the Bloodline before a new member of the opposing side. Man, once again, like I said, cannot wait for that to go down come Survivor Series. But what a show we just had to get you just a little bit of a taste of what to expect at that very show, folks. Don't miss it.